due to some overwhelming response, I think 55% of people were really enjoyed the podcast. We're gonna continue like that, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, you guys. See, videos don't work without this. You need this handsome face. I think that's the big part of the success of my channel, but also this. And I'm just about to leave Witherville, Virginia, spend the night across the street. There's never, whenever you come after like 7 o'clock, that TA, I didn't even go there. I came over here. That's I-77 there in the distance, and I went on the ramp and I saw right away that there's like trucks were lined up there, you know, like double-breasted fashion. That's why I parked over here. Nobody bothered me, you know, very quiet, lots of garbage, beautiful. But it looks like a lot of people, actually, I think, like whenever I see this, how everything is screwed up, you know, all those barriers are pushed away, you know. Look at the pole. The pole is at a 45-degree angle, like a pizza tower of pizza. I bet at least a couple of trucks went in here. Now, second point I wanted to make, you know, if somebody ever asks you, like kids asking you, mommy, when is spring? And you get tired of, you know, giving them a scientific answer, just tell them to go to Captain Sergei channel and see how many pants Captain Sergei is wearing. So today is the official beginning of spring, because Captain Sergei is wearing only one pair of pants. This is it. This is spring, okay? That's how you know. Really warm. Yesterday was plus 14 Celsius. What is it? 50F. No, 50F. Yeah, like 55, you know. And yeah, I'm not going to Fontaine because it's official. I cannot make it before 11. And I appreciate suggestions on how to use my e-lock, but most of those suggestions were illegal, so you have to disregard them. In particular, you cannot use personal conveyance mode when you hook to a trailer, okay? It's only when you go shopping in a bobtail truck. As soon as you have a trailer, you know, it's a different story. Anyway, one thing about this little truck stop in here, that it's very difficult to get out of here. I feel like everything is broken because people keep hitting them, you know, and they already moved the garbage cans over there. And earlier this morning there was a guy just broke down right in there, went to get some fuel, and then I see his lights were flashing, and a tow truck, like a semi truck with an attachment on its fifth wheel, came over and dragged it away. And right now I went across the street because I had some points, because last time I fueled, when I was in Canada, I fueled at Woodstock, right, at TA, and it's the same system, even though that's Canada, so I swipe my card, so I remember that, because I got for like 500 liters, like definitely more than 100 gallons of fuel, and you get one shower, I think, for 60 gallons or 70. And I went across the street in the morning, I checked, went to that special machine where you put in your card, and it says one shower credit and like 975 points. and 975 points is like $9.75, but you can only print either $1 or $5 or $10. So the plan now is probably go across the street. I need some depth, you know, because I'm okay with fuel, but let's see what's happening with my depth over here. Yeah, I see already less than half. I don't like that. Okay, some guys wanted to see how it works with E-log. And by the way, that was yesterday. I tried driving at 60 miles per hour and 59, keeping my RPM at 1400, and that's what I got. 43.4 liters per 100 kilometers. Now so 47 is 5 miles a gallon, 39 is 6, so I'm like 5.8 empty, you know. So today we're gonna do the experiment, and I'm gonna do like I remember Cat recommended, you know. Cat recommended 200 RPM above your maximum torque RPM, and with the Cat, I think it was 1100, I don't remember, or 1200. They was just saying at over 150. What they were saying. So anyway, so you need, so if this maximum torque here is at 1150, see the frame is hitting the volume button. So I gotta move it a little bit, otherwise it's not gonna talk. All right, so that's what I do, right? So it's on, but now I'm in the airplane mode, so I remove that, and then I click location, right? Because I need that for my Google Maps, and I click Bluetooth, and now it's asking me, do I want to connect like which device? And these are already paired, KT, see? And that's the sign over there, Bluetooth. And I see over here like those two parallel lines, that means that it's connected. And let's see, we click on keep tracking, and it says welcome back, and this is it. And I see green line over here, 305, current vehicle, right? And now we're just changing the duty status. Let's already the town, see, it shows automatically Witherville, Virginia, so I'm show on duty. Save. Okay, now it went down. What I'm doing is I go I go like this, then I click on form and odometers, start. 2646 2646 my odometer, so that it does my see, driver is here, carrier name is here, trailer, truck, inspection plus, which means add inspection, vehicle 305 Kenworth T880, next, inspection type pre-trip, no defects, sign inspection report, done, save, log, and that's it. Oh, and I can log, I can do a comment in here. See, Witherville, Virginia, why I went on duty. So notes, I'll just say PTI, pre-trip inspection, save. That's it. And as soon as I start driving, I just let it warm up a little bit. As soon as I start driving, it will automatically switch me into driving mode, so I don't have to do anything after this. So now I'm just gonna go and find that petrol. I think it should show over here, yeah, because I looked. What I like about Google Maps, you know, really is that it remembers your history. You know, when I was sitting at the restaurant, I was trying to find a place about 6 hours away, and this one is right on the way to Mississippi. And you see directions. So 617 kilometers. Well, like I said, so 6 hours times 60, roughly 360 miles. And that's my route. So I'm gonna go through Knoxville, Tennessee, then Chattanooga, and south on 59. And I'm gonna gain 1 hour because my destination is in different time zone, which is always cool. And that's it. That's my
southwest on State Route F036 toward Peppers Ferry Road, then sharp left onto Peppers Ferry Road.
and that's it. That's all I gotta do in the beginning of the day, right? Anyway, oh, we're almost at 100 F coolant, so we can go. But see, I use these baby wipes. Lots of dust, and I think Kenworth mixed. They did a mistake, because actually, you know what? This is the first time I'll be filling up DPF, because these guys, I think by mistake, they gave me a full tank of DPF, but they gave me only 100 liters, 30 gallons of diesel. I think they probably meant to do the opposite, like give me I don't know, 10 gallons of DPF and full tanks of diesel, but I don't know, somebody made a mistake somewhere. So I already filled up a bunch of times, like my fuel, but this is the first time. So it's 2646 kilometers, that's all this truck has, which is roughly less than 2,000 miles, right? And this is the first time I'm filling up the DPF. And I find that this thing really is good at capturing dust, you know. I also use it for my computer, my keyboard, computer screen. Very nice, and it does not destroy the plastic. All right, let's get this baby filled up. Hose off. Fueling. So you see the price, $2.86 US per gallon of DEF. Alright. Oh, check this out. See? It put me automatically into okay, on duty. Let's make a note here. Oh, PTI. No, hold on. Which one is the last one? 942. 948. Oh, this one. 949. See? So it doesn't stay. We'll just put here DEF. Beautiful. See? So this way inspectors will not give me a hard time. Okay, one more thing before I forget. So I'm using this Lose It because I want to be a loser. And I forgot to see I got 18. Check this out. See, I got my goals. I wanted to show you guys. This is an amazing free software app. And configure. See, goals. My plan is to lose 1 pound per week. Okay. And based on that, of course, I need to weigh. Like I left my scale at in my car in Canada, but I forgot to add breakfast. So, okay, now we have a banana, 7-inch long, 79. Okay, save, and then we're gonna add eggs, and they should be. What this thing is cool is that it remembers your choice. So okay, I had 4 eggs, but I had over medium, but it's the same thing. Save, and then coffee, that's like 5 calories, doesn't count, but basically, oh, toast. I got dry rye toast, dry rye, 2 slices, because I had, like, you know, 1 slice, they cut it in 2, so that's what I had. And that's it. So now I have 1296 calories left for the day, and if I do exercise or if I walk, it'll give me more calories, because, you know, then you burn, right? All right, Petro in Gadsden, Alabama. Here we come. Now it's a very slow truck stop, so it took me like 15 minutes to prepay, and then I had to go back and get that $5, right? And again I waited, and then I decided to use the washroom quickly and get a cup of coffee and a banana. And now it switched me automatically into driving. That shows me hours remaining, so I gotta stop for 30 minutes, and then it'll give me full 11 hours. So for now I'm just gonna close this screen and open my Google Maps, so I know where I'm going. We're gonna remove my transponder because it's gonna drive me crazy, like a reflection. And now we're just trying to get back to
Take the next right onto Peppers Ferry Road, then turn left.
I-77 south. Because I normally go that way towards 77. I-81 south. Beautiful. Well, passing exit 44 on I-81 south, and something is happening with my fuel economy, and makes me wonder if the old school recommendations are still valid. So like I said yesterday, I drove at the edge of the green dot, and today I decided to try something different. So I started at 93, 94 k an hour. Now I'm at 92 and 1340 RPM, 1330, and you can see the dots are there, just about 13, yeah, so 1335 probably. And check this out, that's liters per 100 kilometers. 33.4 is 7 miles per gallon US. That's liters, right? So 39 liters is 6 miles per gallon. So I started this morning with 43, which was less than 6, and then I started driving like this slow, and I saw the number going down, which is a good thing. Liters per 100 kilometers, you want to see a smaller number. So the smaller the number, the better. And so you see, now I'm at 34. So basically we're doing 7 miles a gallon according to the computer. And what changed is that, so yesterday I drove fast, well, relatively, like 60 miles an hour, keeping the RPM around 1400. And also today it's much warmer, like the outside temperature. And another thing I did yesterday when I stopped in Beckley, West Virginia, I decided to still check the clamps. And now I only do that when the engine is hot, to make sure you don't over tighten them. And so as soon as I stopped, the engine was still hot, the coolant was hot, and I took that little wrench that I carry now in my side pocket over here on the door, and I tried all the clamps, and I made sure they were all at the same like pressure. You know, you just try to equalize them with your hand. And a couple of them were loose, especially those double ones I added in Cambridge. So now instead of one, I have two in the front and in the rear. And that might help, because if you have a leak in there, that will affect your power and your fuel economy. But you see now, 33.5, 34.4, so that's 7 miles a gallon US. I love this. So convenient, you know, to have this over here instead of on the steering. Okay, and you see now we just do like this, go to, you see it shows driving, but now I click this, let's say, and it shows me 18 kilometers north of Greenville, Tennessee. Off duty, save, that's it. And very happy with the fuel economies. But of course, this is, you cannot drive like this. I was driving super slow, you know, but I'm a very patient man, and yeah, I saw that. I saw, just because I know you guys have no idea what that means. So MPG 2 liters, that's what you do. You Google MPG 2 liters, and then check this out. You see that 32.7, 32.7, and that's 0.7. No, wait a second, it's a wrong. I need the opposite. I need liters per 100 kilometers. No, wait a second, where was it? Liters per 100. Oh, liters per 100 kilometers to MPG. There you go. Yeah, so right now, and it was like 32.4, I think, at one point when I was driving. See, that's 7.25 US miles per gallon. Now 32.7 is 7.19, so pretty much almost 7.2. But the two most important numbers are 33.6, that's 7. So when I see 33.6, that's 7 miles per gallon. I already like remember. I probably should write down somewhere here. Yeah, and put it on my. So that's the best. So 33.6 equals 7 MPG. Now the next milestone is I'm learning already, you know, 39. So 39. So these are liters per 100 kilometers. 39 equals 6. Okay. And then I already know that 43. No, I need worse. I need 44, 46. Oh, 47. Yeah, 47 liters equals 5 miles per gallon. So there you go. So that's when I was driving loaded. Oh, okay, let's just do one more. I want to see 4.5. 52. No, 53. That's already less. Okay, 52. So 52 liters is 4.5. So 52 is 4.5. Okay, and that's what I saw. I saw worse than that when I was driving with a 40,000 pounds. But today I saw better than this. You know, so now that we know that despite what some people say, actually this truck can achieve good economy, but because it's wanted to say under construction, it's not under construction, but it's it needs to be broken in, right? And so they say that you cannot drive for extended periods of time at the same RPM, at the same speed. Like, I didn't see this at the manual because it says no braking is required, which is total BS. But my Kenworth sales guy confirmed. He says that's the official party line, so to speak, but the unofficial, they say 20-30,000 miles. I thought it was something inside this, but actually it hits this part, which holds this, and this part here, that's what it hits. It hits this very tiny corner in here. So I don't know what I can do, but I can put something under in there, like a piece of rubber or something. So it's right here. It hits this black thing. So it's nothing is loose. It's just this thing. It has to go. I just have to turn it, I think. That's what I have to do. I have to open these, and I have to move this cover just 3 millimeters to this way. So this is TA. I don't know why I keep these dirty boots in here. let's check this one. Ah, the same thing here, but for some reason it's also touching, but it's not making that noise. Interesting. Anyway, I just wanted to do it's been a while since I did any of my exercises, so I just want to do like 3 quick exercises with this. Let me just change the angle. I need to change the angle on the camera. Hold on. Okay, change the angle to super view, and I'll just do, shoot, like 3 quick exercises non-stop. And one more. That's good. And then during the next stop, I'll do something for my legs and the back. Okay, get some Dunkin' Donut coffee, Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I'm gonna enter. I'm gonna lose it. We're gonna enter as a snack. Snack, apple, medium, 95 calories. 95 calories. That leaves me 1200 calories. That's good. All right. Couldn't find my white cable. Have you seen my white cable? See, I have to use, this is from my Bell Mobility Canadian modem, and it actually fits the phone. Like this one is for the tablet, and the same one but with a different plug-in I got for my phone. Now I remember yesterday I was doing something with it, and now I cannot find it. Big oversized guy to my right, but for some reason they stopped. I have no idea what they're doing. This guy has 2 escort vehicles. It's Bennett Motor Express. The guy has a 4XL K-Whopper W900 with an extendable, what looks like a 35-ton trailer with some big tower on there. Well, now this guy parked right in front of me. So shall we test my air horn? It can take a while. Yeah, don't park in front of other trucks. guy is signaling. Jeez. Check this out. $2.79 a gallon diesel. Across the street at TA, $2.95. Knoxville, Tennessee, I-40 West. Very windy. I was maintaining 60 miles per hour at first. The fuel mileage did not suffer. Actually, it was pretty much the same as at 57 miles per hour, but then very strong wind came on, and now it's just under 7. We're like 6.8, 6.9 miles per gallon. I'm not sure what's happening in Chattanooga over here at the junction of 75 and 24. There was another slowdown. Like whenever two major highways connect, over here there's a big slowdown. I guess it's too much volume, and people change lanes, and plus it started raining. But I'm real happy because I keep an eye on my tablet. You see, like, it shows me red, so I know I gotta, as we say in Russian, не могу рысачить. Рысачить не могу. So I cannot just change my speed up and down all the time like a car, right? So I gotta keep the distance, because the traffic is just can stop all of a sudden like it did many times before. I headed with these shortcuts. I saw a sign says 12-2 tunnel. Yeah, there's some kind of an accident over there, but I gotta be on the freeway. I cannot do this. I don't care. Slow down.
The I-24 West ramp, then merge onto I-24 West.
Back on the freeway. You know, with such a huge truck, you know, and Google Maps is trying to save me like 5 minutes. And yeah, see, it's all red, and it says plus 29 minutes congestion. But at least this is safe. Like driving like that on city streets. Oh, and there was like 40 lights in there before, after I switched off the camera, you know, previous time. And now, like, how do I save time?
Continue on I-24 West.
Yeah, I see. It's all red, you know, but I don't care. I'm on vacation. I'm empty. So I'm gonna take it slow, just hope somebody will let me in. This is Friday, Good Friday, Easter time 2018, and I made it to Mississippi, and Trucker Path shows this as the only you know, decent truck stop, and it's a Love's, but I'm still like 100 kilometers or 60 miles from my destination, and I had to do a little detour to get here. But where I'm going in Mississippi, where I'm supposed to be at 7 o'clock Monday, Trucker Path shows only one truck stop, and it says 5 parking spots. But then they have a cool feature over there when you're looking at that truck stop, you know, to see what the fuel price is and where they're located and stuff like that. There's one tab in the menu that says reviews, and I learned one interesting thing about that is that quite often drivers would leave some, you know, very useful feedback in the reviews inside the Tracker Path app for the smartphone. And I went in there, and quite a few people left comments saying that there's no overnight parking. You know, it's some kind of a tiny, basically a gas station that also sells diesel fuel. And so I found a plant by their name on Google Maps, and the handy feature, of course, is that they list their phone number. I called the phone number because I knew there should be some kind of security there, even on a holiday. But surprisingly, lots of businesses over here are open. I don't know, I thought Friday was like dead, but they told me I cannot pick up Friday, so that plant is closed for sure. But over here I see all like pharmacies and everything is open. And so I called the plant, and the guy picked up the phone, and I explained the situations, you know, saying that I'm picking up Monday load from their factory and I cannot find any parking. Like, and I asked him, do you guys have any parking at the plant? You know, sometimes they have like a few spots in there where people sit over the weekend. And the guy says, no, unfortunately. He says, we have no parking, but he says, just south of us, he says, a couple of miles, there's a Walmart. And it says, those guys, I see trucks there all the time, so people park there all the time. All right, so I don't trust this guy, so because I have a huge truck, 75 feet long, you know, I don't want to drive there and then have nowhere to park. Like, where do I sleep? In the field, in the middle of nowhere? I don't like that. And so I find a Walmart on Google Maps, and again, it comes with the handy telephone number. I call the phone number, and after like 10 minutes, they pass me around. Finally, I talk to I said, customer service, please, because I know customer service, usually they can get a hold of the manager, right? And again, I explained to them that I have a semi-truck. That's what most people call these trucks, right? I said, I have a big semi-truck with a trailer, and I'm loading Monday at the factory in your town, just like 5 minutes north of your location. Would you allow me to park over there overnight? And the lady was, you know, pretty polite. She says, hold on one second. And she puts me on hold, and then comes back after like a couple of minutes and says, unfortunately, no, I just talked to our supervisor. We used to allow parking, we no longer allow parking here. See? So the good thing that I called, right? And so then this was the only one. And again, I read comments about this Love's Truck Stop, and comments are very nice. Everybody's saying that the staff inside is, you know, very friendly. What is it? It's a small town, but also the reviews said that this truck stop is very tight, and quite a few local truckers, you know, local guys park here over the weekend, and they said it can be very tight, and even on the weekend, because of these local guys, it can be, you know, hard to find a spot. And so I really was worried, you know. I thought, okay, if I grab a spot, I'll probably just unhook from the trailer and take 2 spots, because this way my truck does not stick out too bad. But then, so this is it. This is where I am. So, but then I love where I can park like this, where I can just drive straight out, you know. Like most people, of course, the truck stop, this is the shop behind this XPO Logistics. This is the shop, and then on the other side you can see over there where the black truck in the distance is. That's where the actual store is, right, with the food and washrooms. And of course, most guys, they come in like this, and then they drive around and they try to park somewhere there. And I don't like that. I'd rather park as far as possible, and most importantly, I don't want to park in the corner where people will be going, you know, on a wide radius, because my truck sticks out. Now look where my truck is. Like, my wheels, I can probably go like 2 inches more, but that's it. So like my tires, I double checked, I went there, my tires are right at the curb over there, right? And then after that there's a little lake, so I don't want to go there. And so this is where my truck is, this is where the next truck is. But you see, this guy, he's a flatbed, and of course his wheels, you can probably see in the mirror, so his tires are not at the very end of the trailer, as I always say, right? And because of that, he has an overhang, right? So he can move much further. And see that red truck over there is even further. But you know, the cool thing here is that, like, you know, over there it's tiny, because you have to go like this to get to gas pumps, I mean fuel pumps, and to the shop, and that's why those spots would really be bad for me. And again, there's a curb in the behind, and I would be sticking out like a sore thumb, you know, sore thumb, sorry. And so this is, I found a perfect position, so you know, nobody's bothering me here. Oh, and one more cool thing happened is that I was waiting all the time I was driving. I was checking the fuel prices, and they started extremely high in, you know, Pennsylvania, New York, and I was just buying a little bit, you know, just to last me through the day. And this morning I spent the last night in what is it, Gadsby, Alabama. Well, that's like 3.5 hours away from here. And over there it was 301 credit or 295 cash, and I was low, and I went inside. I said, give me $100 please, US. So I got like 32 gallons, and then I drove about 2.5 hours here, so it's like 250 kilometers. And Lav still shows 286 cash, you know, which is still expensive. Well, we're in Mississippi. 286, but when I'm turning, like, that's a big freeway over there. When I was turning from the freeway onto this local road, I look to my left, and there's a Shell, and I'm like half a mile away, but they have this huge sign. I guess that's how they try to lure truckers. 271, so 15 cents difference US. And so I figured, you know, that I wanted to fill up my both tanks, because I know, so I'll be going north back to Canada, so this is the lowest I've seen, you know, like the lowest price I've seen. So I dropped the trailer, just kept the gooseneck, just dropped the trailer. It takes 2 minutes, right? Kept the gooseneck, and I just drove 1 mile over there, less than a mile, you know, I know, just over a kilometer, and I got 168 gas. Oh, and surprisingly, those guys there, normally they use like very tiny hoses, you know, like a regular gas station. You go to the diesel pump, and the hose is like my finger, and it takes like, I don't know, like honestly takes maybe 30 minutes to pump, you know, one tank. Very slow. But these guys, they have huge hoses, you know. I think that's why they have a big sign, huge hoses, you know. And I didn't even notice right away, but I look at the gallon counter when I started fueling, and it's, you know, very fast. So I don't know, it took me, of course I had to turn around because their hoses are short. So actually, before I did that, I went inside. I said, do you need like a prepay, or? And she says, how do you pay? If you pay with the card, just leave me the card. And so I gave her my debit card, and so this way I got the cash price $271, and I give her my driver's license. And I said, just don't panic when you see me turning around, because I said your hose is short, and I have 2 tanks on each on both sides. So I'll just, you know, fill up one side, put the hose down, and then I flip around and I fill up the other side. So without stopping the pump, you know. Like, I mean, there's no flowing out of the pump, but that hook is still up. So this way she only has to give me 1 receipt, right? So I did not, and so I did that and saved a bunch of money. So 15 cents US times 168, you do the math. Very happy with that. Came back, nobody stole my trailer, and this is it. So now I can relax. Well, relax. This is last day of March. Well, March 30th, right? So March, I gotta do my, I will use these 2.5 days because I gotta do my IFTA. I gotta do my New York tax, but I only went through New York once, actually, with this trip. And then I gotta do a 0 tax filing for Kentucky, because I didn't went in Kentucky. This is my second trip, right? And the first trip was just from Ontario to Pennsylvania. Like, Kentucky is nowhere near that route, so it's very easy. It takes like 2 minutes on the website, And so I gotta do these three: IFTA, New York, and Kentucky, and then I gotta do my books, you know, profits, expenses. For March, I gotta prepare and file my HST sales tax, and so 2 weeks from now I'm supposed to get some money back from the government in Canada, right? But only sales tax that I paid on trucking related expenses in Canada. Like here, for example, the sales tax inside the fuel, but I don't get that back. But I still have to do that because this is the, you know, end of March. And then what else I gotta do? But I guess that's it. Yeah, just my books and file the HST refund and this stuff like fuel related, IFTA, New York, and now I was writing down my mileage. So you see I have two notebooks in here. So one is for my fuel, where I write them by state. See, like this: Pennsylvania, okay, Bentleyville, Pennsylvania, March 27th, pilot 27.78 gallons. You see, that's how I was fueling. I was just buying little bit by little bit, you know. Virginia, Jane Lou, 103.5 gallons. Okay, and I got all these receipts. And then over here I got my mileage in kilometers when I was crossing the border, and that's what I need to for my IFTA. So maybe I'll sign up for the my load board. They have this dispatch software that you can use to that automates IFTA, but then I have to pay $10 extra per month. I'm not sure I want to do that because, you know, I just one truck. I do like 2 trips a week. You know, how bad can it be, this IFTA, especially now since I think I found a system where it's much easier than before, where I was just, because before I did not write down my fuel, and now I have a separate journal, so to speak, where I break down my fuel purchases. And so this way it's very easy. I don't have to look through all the receipts, you know. So anyway, so happy Easter, everybody. Sorry for so many confusing small parts in this video, but at first I thought I would finish over there when I was still driving, and then I thought I would finish with this, since now you know that I got 2.5 days to kill before I go load. And then we're loading a big monstrous forklift, but it's just a chassis, so it's gonna be a tricky loading, and I'm not sure if I can film in there, but they'll be loading with a crane, so no tires, no wheels on this thing, and counterweights is removed, and it's still gonna be 78,000 pounds, right? So it's gonna be tricky. Oh, and one more thing I gotta do over the weekend. I gotta, because I didn't order my permits because it's gonna be oversized load, but I talked to the permit company, and of course everybody's closed today and tomorrow, and but I want to see the load first and double check the measurements. But I can still, over the weekend, while I have some free time, I can fill out that form. You know, there's a special form that you send to the permit service company for them to order permits. And so I have to look through my routing, you know, I have to write down, you know, all my states and highways where I want to go, and I gotta, you know, write down all my axles and spacings and stuff like that. So I'm gonna prepare all that, and then Monday I'm gonna double check, you know, the dimensions, and I'll just go to the nearest scale, because, you know, now I have fuel, but I didn't calibrate my this gauge. I didn't calibrate it for full fuel, and so for now it's still pretty useless. So I gotta go to the scale, and so I think for first I'll just order, you know, Mississippi, Alabama, the first 2, and then I'll just go scale, and when I know exactly my weight, then I ask them to order the rest of the permits. And also, since I didn't stop at the Fontaine plant, on the way back I'll ask them to route me so that all my permits show the proper route, and I'm gonna go through the town where the Fontaine plant is, and I'm gonna stop there, pick up my flip box, and then continue towards Canada. And so after that there'll be no stopping till Christmas. you know, because my truck payment is coming up in May. Now I have all the equipment, I have everything. I have a cool truck, I have chains, binders, everything. I have everything I need to make money. Okay, happy Easter everybody, take care, be good, don't break any rules, okay?